and part two here with this topic. I mean, the reality is Georgetown basketball became a theme. It became a phenomenon. It became something that people gravitated towards and said, screw it. You know what? I'm not really a big college basketball fan, but I love this rugged style. I love Patrick Ewing and what he's able to bring to the table. I don't have a team. I'm going to wear the Georgetown gray. And Georgetown, their popularity spread like wildfire in the 80s because of Patrick Ewing. They became one of the biggest, most popular teams in urban areas, not just in Washington, D.C. People started following them in New York City. People started following them in Baltimore. People started following them all up and down the East Coast. People started figuring out who the hell Georgetown was because of Patrick Ewing, all the way across the West Coast to Los Angeles. So, I think Patrick Ewing's impact runs extremely deep. You could make a major argument for David Thompson because of what he was able to do in terms of winning, in stretching the floor. I think maybe it was probably the impact that he had, being able to play inside, outside, really, truly one of the great college players we've ever seen play. But I don't think David Thompson had the impact that Patrick Ewing did. I don't think, look, Michael Jordan, nobody knew Michael Jordan was going to be Michael Jordan at North Carolina. Patrick Ewing was arguably the greatest college basketball player during his time. We knew that he was going to be an all-time player in the NBA. Everybody knew it. But it was the impact that he had. It's very rare to be able to impact basketball as a society. Culturally, socially, you name it. That's what Georgetown did. And they were a huge part of the Big East, obviously, with the battles with Syracuse, the battles with St. John's, the battles with Villanova. Patrick Ewing, to me, is on this Mount Rushmore because of not just the scoring, not just the winning, not just all that, but the impact that he had within that Georgetown framework. And now he's back coaching at the university, so we'll see how quickly they can get back to some kind of prominence. But look, the discussion's difficult. But David Thompson, the Sam Perkinses, the Christian Laettners, etc. You could almost, I guess, make an argument for Pearl Washington in the same kind of way as Patrick Ewing, just because of the importance of him. When you talk about basketball, Syracuse basketball, Mount Rushmore, he's absolutely up there. I've got, obviously you can add head coaches to this as well. I would put, as far as specific universities, you can do it for college basketball as a whole. I would actually separate players and head coaches, but I would put Pearl Washington hands down on the Syracuse basketball one. You could argue him on the overall Syracuse athletics Mount Rushmore. I'd probably put Jim Boeheim, Pearl Washington, Carmelo, and Dave Bing on there. But, when you look at this college basketball on the whole, through the years in the Mount Rushmore, it's absolutely positively, in my opinion, Patrick Ewing, because of the impact. Thanks for watching 9 Minutes with me, Mike Lindsley. Got split up there on the first video to the second because I got a phone call. I don't know who it was, but I'll call him back. I am here at Glazed and Confused, Clinton Street in downtown Syracuse. You're in and around the central New York area. I'm telling you right now, you gotta get to this place. They have an unbelievable array of donuts. So let me go show you the case right here. You can get a bunch of different kinds. I just got my dozen, a couple dozen actually. As you can see, they're all right here in this case. This place is unbelievable. I'm looking at the Dizzy Pig. I'm looking at the Notorious B.I.G. I'm looking at the Chocolate Raspberry Torte. I'm looking at their classic, my favorite, the Cinnamon Sugar. You can get them all right here at Glazed and Confused, the official donut shop of the ML Sports Platter. Hey, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and of course, hit me on Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979, and you can also download and subscribe to my podcast. It's called the ML Sports Platter, and it is available on all the major platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Really appreciate the support. Make sure you leave feedback and a 5-star review while you're there. Thanks to Paul and the gang for having me out. Glazed and Confused, off to deliver some donuts to some folks and keep a few for myself. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.